Good evening, good evening. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, TJPW Precious Time Trios Tournament finally got uploaded onto Wrestle Universe. I know they had a delay in uploading it, but finally got a chance to watch the whole tournament, and this video, gonna do a review on it, give my thoughts on it. But first off, before we get started, I want to remind everybody to be sure to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty for an awesome lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. If you see something you like and want to make a purchase, be sure to use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, and you can get 10% off of your order. So, nice little discount there. Okay. TJPW Precious Time Trios Tournament. Six woman tag team tournament. This was in Shinagawa, Japan. I believe it was at the Shinagawa Club EX for the venue. But, yeah, they had a nice little one-night trios tournament, and overall it was a pretty entertaining show. And there were also a few singles matches as well on this card. But let's go ahead and get started. So first up, starting off the tournament, we had the teams of, on one side, we have Maki Itoh and rookies Haru Fujo and Runa Okubo. Of course, remember, they recently made their in-ring debuts back at TJPW Grand Princess 23. So, these three teamed up to take on the team of Yuki, Aino, Raku, and Palm Harajuku. Now, I have to say, throughout this match, Maki Itoh definitely carried herself as the leader of the team. I mean, trying to get her partners riled up, slapped them a few times and really took control. And, I say that it was working to a degree, but you could definitely tell that Maki Itoh was the leader of that team, and she pretty much had to carry that team, which is understandable. But it was still a solid match. Of course, a lot of good chemistry here with Yuki Aino, Raku, and Palm Harajuku. And of course, Palm Harajuku, always with the shenanigans and the silliness, being a comedy wrestler. But I have to say, the rookies actually did a pretty decent job. I felt like Runa Okubo got in a lot of the early offense, and Haru Fujo kind of got most of her offense in later the match. But, I thought the rookies did good. I thought they did good, Main thing is, get them more matches, let them continue to work. They'll get better and better. That's what it's all about. But Yuki Aino gets the victory for her team after hitting Haru Fujo with a reverse DDT and pinning her for the 1-2-3. So, Yuki Aino, Raku, Palm Harajuku advance in this tournament. So, pretty good opening match. Okay, next up, we had a really, really good match. Definitely one of my favorites of the card. So, another tournament first rounder. We had, on one side, we had the team of the International Princess Champion, the White Dragon Rika Tatsumi, Miyu Watanabe, and Himawari, taking on the team of Shino, Suzuki, and both the Magical Sugar Rabbits, the current Princess Tag Team Champions, Yuka Sakazaki, and Mizuki. Of course, Mizuki is also the Princess of Princess Champion. So she's Mizuki 2 belts. Popping Sugar Rabbit 2 belts. Anyway, this was a very fun match. Definitely back and forth. A lot of star power from both teams, And And of course, the least experience on both sides. Of course, on the first team, HIMAWARI. On the second team, Shino, Suzuki. But you know what? I felt like the teams were very well balanced, especially for this match. I thought the teams were balanced. And you know what? It was definitely back and forth. I thought like they could have showcased a little more of Shino Suzuki, just a little more, but I still felt like it was a great match overall. And I like HIMAWARI. I like HIMAWARI's look. I like her gimmick. I like her ring gear. I like HIMAWARI. So I was definitely pretty high on her. But this was a great match overall. And Rika Tatsumi, the International Princess Champion, picks up the victory for her team after pinning Shino Suzuki after hitting her with a twist of fate. Got the 1-2-3. So, the team of Rika Tatsumi, Miyu Watanabe, and HIMAWARI advance to the semifinals. Alright. Next up, we had the tournament match. Another first rounder. We had the teams of, on one side you had the big kaiju, Shoko Nakajima, Hyper Misao, and Kaya Toribami, taking on the team of the casual beauty, Yuki Kamifuku, Mahiro Kiryu, and Toga. This was a pretty decent match. I felt like at one point, it seemed kind of one-sided for Shoko's team, but later on, got to definitely see more of Yuki Kamifuku, which, I mean, she was pretty much the leader of her team. Toga, of course, Toga getting in her strikes. And Mahiro Kiryu, which, in a way is kind of a comedy wrestler as well. But as it got more deeper into the match, about the middle of the match, it was getting better and better, so I will give it that. But Hyper Misao picks up the victory for her team after hitting Toga with a final cut, or down the rabbit hole, or eye of the hurricane, whatever you want to call it. Pins Toga for the 1-2-3, and Shoko Nakajima, Hyper Misao, Kaya Toribami advanced to the semifinals. So, good match overall. Now, we were supposed to have another first round match, but unfortunately, so the other team, which is, so you had Suzume, Arisu Endo, and Haruna Neko, and then we were supposed to have one more team, which was supposed to be Hikari Noa, Naokakuta, and Wakana Uehara. But unfortunately, due to a family emergency for Naokakuta, she had to back out of the show. So, unfortunately, that team had to pretty much forfeit the tournament. So, with that being said, Suzume, Arisu Endo, and Haruna Neko got a bye into the semifinals. So, first off, I want to say prayers going up for Naokakuta, for her family. I don't know what the situation is, but I hope everything goes well, that the family be comforted, and whenever Naokakuta is ready to come back, take all the time you need, and whenever she's ready to come back, she'll come back restored, hopefully restored mentally, and will be able to continue forward. So, prayers and best wishes go out to Naokakuta and her family. Okay. But, thankfully, Hikari Noa, Wakana Uehara, did still compete on this card. As a matter of fact, they had a singles match against each other, which was the next match on the card. Hikari Noa versus Wakana Uehara. Also, a big shout out to Hikari Noa, who just recently had a death match with Sawyer Wreck, and her back got all bloodied and jacked up from all the fluorescent light tubes. Just, oh man, it was crazy. But got to give mad props for Hikari Noa for withstanding all that and just taking it to the next level, having herself a death match. So, congrats to her. Anyway, singles match. Hikari Noa, Wakana, Uehara. And you know what? I'm liking more and more Wakana Uehara. I already love her ring gear. I love her theme as well. I like her style. You know, definitely has some good chain wrestling, some good strikes and submissions. I really like Wakana Uehara. That's somebody I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes on. Could be, you know, the next rising star in TJPW, especially among all the other rookies. But you know what? This was a pretty good match. She got in some good offense, especially early in the match, and you know, going up against somebody like Hikari Noa, because we got to remember, you know, Hikari Noa is a former champion, former international princess champion, and I believe also former princess tag team champion, if I remember correctly. So, you know, she's an experienced champion. But overall, it was a good back and forth match. Definitely like how they showcased Wakana. But Hikari Noa gets the victory, pinning Wakana with kind of like an exploder pin with a bridge. So an exploder with a bridge. Got the 1, 2, 3. Hikari Noa, you're a winner. But pretty good match. Okay, next up, we had our first semifinal match of this trios tournament. We had the team of Yuki Aino, Raku, Harajuku take on the team Rika Tatsumi, Miyu Watanabe, and Himawari. And I have to say, this was... Going into this, Yuki Aino, Raku, Harajuku were definitely the underdog team in this match, for sure. Definitely the underdog. And, you know, they had a weird starting sequence, of course, you know, with Yuki, Raku, and Palm kind of laying down in the middle of the ring. It was a pretty funny sequence. But this was a good match overall. But Raku picked up the victory for her team. She hit a running neck breaker on Himawari and pinned her for the 1, 2, 3. So Raku picks up the victory for her team. Of course, you have to remember, in their first round match, Yuki Aino picked up the victory for the team. So I think that's pretty cool. All right. And then we had the second semifinal match, which was the team of Shoko Nakajima, Hyper Misao, and Kaya Toribami taking on the fresh Suzume, Arisu Endo, and Haruna Neko. Because, of course, remember, they had a first round bye. Really loved Suzume's energy. Arisu Endo definitely did well. Haruna Neko got in a good amount of offense in this match. I was actually pretty surprised. And, of course, Shoko Nakajima, Kaya Toribami. Kaya Toribami, I have to say, throughout this tournament, has been getting better and better. Like, her matches lately have been really strong showings. So I'm definitely keeping my eye on Kaya Toribami. She's been getting better and better. But this was a good match overall. But the big kaiju, Shoko Nakajima, gets the victory for her team, hitting Haruna with a Frankensteiner pin for the 1, 2, 3. And we now have our 2 finalists. So we have the team of Yuki Aino, Raku, Harajuku, and Shoko Nakajima, Hyper Misao, Kaya Toribami. Those are your 2 teams to meet in the finals. But we had one more singles match before the finals. And this was Sawyer Wreck taking on Moka Miyamoto. Of course, definitely a fan of Moka Miyamoto. I can't wait for, hopefully, her and Juria Nagano will reunite once Juria returns from her finger injury. But you know what? This was a solid match, and I gotta give Mocha credit. She really brought the action to Sawyer Wreck. Of course, Sawyer Wreck, much bigger opponent for Mocha Miyamoto, but you know what? She looked strong in this match. I mean, the offense was there, the strikes was there. Mocha definitely showed a lot of fighting spirit in this match. And, you know, she came close. She came really close, but Sawyer Wreck, who I've seen before live via DPW, so she's a familiar face. And, of course, she was in the death match against Hikari Noah, so there was that. But Sawyer Wreck was just a little too much for Mocha Miyamoto as she picked up the victory, pinning Mocha after hitting her with a choke slam. So, Sawyer Wreck, definitely been looking very solid since debuting in TJPW. So, I'm sure we're going to see more of her in TJPW. She's looking to be doing really good there. But, like I said, you know, props to Mocha Miyamoto for her effort. Definitely somebody I'm also keeping an eye out for. Mocha's been around for a little while now, so hoping to see her continue to evolve. Okay, and then we had the main event, which was the finals of this Precious Time Trios tournament. So it came down to Yuki Aino, Raku, Palm Harajuku versus Shoko Nakajima, Hyper Misao, and Kaya Toribami. They definitely made the best use of the time left for the main event for this match, for sure. It was definitely back and forth. It was really hard to tell who was going to pull this off, because, I mean, I felt like the matchup was intriguing and kind of sort of decently balanced. I mean, I know Shoko Nakajima, you know, kind of has the advantage, you know, on one side. But, you know, Yuki Aino, Palm Harajuku, Raku have been on a roll in this tournament. So, got to give them credit on that. And you know what? This really could have gone either way with how this tournament has went. But, sure enough, this time, previously Yuki Aino got the victory for her team in their first match. Raku got the victory for their team in the second match. And sure enough, the funny, goofy, silly Palm Harajuku picks up the victory for her team, pinning Kaya Toribami after hitting her with pretty much the running famouser. She hits the famouser, picks up the 1-2-3, and ladies and gentlemen, Yuki Aino, Raku, Palm Harajuku are your winners of the TJPW Precious Time 6-woman tag team tournament. And they win a year's supply of Nivea body care products. Yeah, that's right. They even had a whole bunch there waiting for them to receive. But I think that's really cool. All three ladies picked up the victory for their team in each of their matches. I think that's really cool. I think that's good booking. I think that's really good booking. And in the main event, Palm Harajuku picks up the victory for her team. I think that's awesome. I think that's really awesome. And you know what? Congratulations to Yuki Aino, Raku, and Palm Harajuku. I mean, I can imagine some fans out there were probably thinking that they didn't really have a great chance, being, you know, how the teams are set up. But you know what? They definitely earned this tournament victory. I mean, the teams that they defeated to win this tournament, pretty impressive. I have to say, pretty impressive. So hey, as I was watching, personally, I felt like when they defeated Rika, Tatsumi, Miyu, Watanabe, and Himawari, I had a feeling that they were probably gonna win the whole thing. Because they were definitely the underdog in that match. Definitely the underdog. But good stuff. Overall, great show. Like I said, small tournament. I think originally this tournament was supposed to be bigger, like have like more teams. But you know what? I still feel like it did well. I think it did well. And I know, one team had the forfeit. It's a bummer. But, the show continued and it still turned out to be a good show. So, I can't complain. But that'll do it for this video. Also, it was just recently brought to my attention. They have the next, so one of the next big events for TJPW is TJPW Summer Sun Princess 23, which that will be Saturday, July 8th. Saturday, July 8th. And then after that is when they got the Tokyo Princess Cup starts, I believe. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to for TJPW. And like I said, there's been title matches been coming up. I believe Mizuki is going to be defending the Princess of Princess Championship against Sawyer Wreck soon. Rika Tatsumi is going to defend the International Princess Championship against Suzume. So big opportunity for Suzume. Should be really good. But yeah, got a lot of matches to look forward to. And I'm not sure when the Magical Sugar Rabbits are going to defend the Princess Tag titles. I know Mizuki's, been trying to get some Princess of Princess title defenses under her belt. So I really wonder how they're going to balance that out. You know what I mean? Because, Mizuki's a double champion, a singles champion and a tag team champion. So sometimes that can be hard to really balance that out. But, we'll see. We will see. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out the link to Game Beauty. And also, let me know what your thoughts are. What did y'all think about this trios tournament under TJPW? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the matches? Did your team win the whole thing? Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the content. For another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, I'm your host, Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed evening, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. Peace.